Hello, everyone.
Good afternoon, folks.
Hello, Carol. How are you today?
Carol and Steve. Hi,
Steve and
Steve.
Oki. How are you guys?
Two of our favorite people.
Steve, as you noticed, he shaved for you
Yeah,
and he brushed his hair.
yeah, my head's crushed too, Steve. There you go.
I gotta make sure I brush my hair and shave today. I don't want Steve to see the stubble up on the big screen. Uh,
Crazy. Uh, yeah, so it's been like a crazy week. We started by taking. Hi, Laurie. How are you? Hey, we're
Hello,
sorry.
Lori.
We're sorry we missed your live last night. We didn't get a notification. I was worried about you guys. I looked for a video from y'all all day and didn't see it and got worried when I woke up this morning. I saw you all had a live. Sorry.
I know that
You
stinks.
know we'd be there.
Hello, Des. How are you today?
And
Carol, we are tired, I would think.
we're tired, but we're good. We're
We're
getting a
good.
lot. We're getting a lot accomplished, and we can see a light at the end of the tunnel, as they say. So yeah, we're doing good. It's been a crazy week. It started by taking Finicky Franny to the spring place, and then when I went to take Finicky Franny to the spring place, I couldn't get my steps to go in. So that started a whole week of crazy stuff going on around here. Hey Tim, how are you?
Hello, Tim. Yeah, Des has a wound on her leg that she's been trying to deal with, which I know how hard that is. My son had a surgery and it took him literally 5 months to heal it. So I feel for you for sure.
Cal says the walls are bare. Yeah, Cal, the walls
It
are
is bare.
not only bare behind us, but there's nothing
The
left on
whole
the
house
walls.
is
There's
bare.
maybe like one or two pictures left, and those are going to be given away to our daughter or whatever.
Yeah,
So
it is bare.
it's bare, it's empty, it's going to echo to the house, and we will be moving into the RV next Saturday night, I would say,
Yep.
because this place will be pretty much empty.
Saturday, as long as it's not raining out, we're gonna do the move out.
Saturday we got 4 or 5 young, strong guys coming with some pickup trucks, and my friends coming, and me and Sue, and we're gonna get this place emptied, and then we're gonna live in the RV for about 6 days or so, 7, 8 days, whatever, however it works. I forgot. And then we're gonna move to Little Compton on a small piece where my father is letting us stay on his land in Little Compton until we leave. So yeah, everything's going good, but like I said, it was a crazy week. I went to go get springs put on Finicky Franny, and I couldn't get the steps to go in. So then I popped the pin out, tried to slide the steps in, and that wouldn't work. And it ended up, I had a major electrical problem because I couldn't get any house batteries. I had a slide, and I could start the generator, and the batteries were charging, but I had no house energy at all, nothing. To make a long story short, after 3 or 4 days of misery, and I was in a doom and gloom state 2 days ago because the house hadn't been sold yet, and now we're about ready to hit the road. We have a broken RV, and I'm like, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. And I went to bed early in a semi depression. 5:30, I went in and just said, I'm just giving up. I went in, I laid down, and I searched on YouTube and searched on YouTube and searched on YouTube, and actually found a video with a guy with my Class C, a Thor's, roughly the same year, same setup, same problem, and he diagnosed it right before my eyes, and it ended up being a shortstop fuse, which is an inline fuse. Um, it was a 40 amp shortstop fuse that wasn't, and of course, I checked everything but that because I didn't even know that was a fuse. I just thought that was a junction. But when I found out what the hell was really going on, I realized I had juice on one side but no juice on the other. So there you go. So I woke up this morning, I went to Advanced Auto Parts, got the piece, put it in, and that's fixed. And are you ready? The house is basically sold. Other than if the people die before they move in, the house is sold. The appraisal's done, the inspection's done. We got 90% of the stuff organized around here and ready to go, and it's looking good. Doom and gloom 2 days ago, and 48 hours later, we're all sitting pretty. So
Hello,
yeah,
Sam. How are you today?
it's been an up and down week.
Hello, Jesse and Lisa. Nice to see you.
Hi Jesse, hi Lisa.
Tim said, where will we go? Tim, we're gonna go to his dad's house over in Little Compton, about
Yeah, we're
half an
gonna.
hour away.
He's
So we're gonna.
he's got a place with hookups, and we're gonna stay there until September 15th. On September 15th, we start our new full-time RV life. So even though we officially start it this coming week, but we'll be living, on my father. My father's got a pretty good sized piece of property,
Which is
and
where Finicky Freddy came from to begin with.
right,
So
so
she's gotta go back to her old spot, so she'll feel at home.
right, we'll go right back to where we bought it from. I'm going to finish out work the rest of the summer. Sue's going to finish out work the rest of the summer. And September 15th or so, we are out of here. We're heading for Michigan for a YouTube meet, first of all. Yeah, so we're looking forward to it. We really, really.
Oh, Steve said he blew a inline fuse also while they were boondocking. So that's the thing I keep telling them. Thank God all these things are happening before we hit the road. So it's not grand, but at least, it's happening here.
And I'm learning more and more and more, Steve. I pretty much, honestly, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I kind of got that electrical system finally figured out, And I was getting juice coming out of the batteries, but I couldn't get juice going to the shut-off solenoid, where you shut the house lights, the house batteries off. I couldn't get juice there. So I thought I had a bad solenoid, so I changed the solenoid. But I didn't check between the solenoid and the batteries, which is this fuse. And sure enough, actually, Brian from Whoa Nelly RV Adventures, Brian actually turned me on to the fact that it might have been a fuse. And I looked and looked and looked for a fuse. That was right in front of me, but didn't even know it was a fuse. Of course, if I had read the top, it said 40 amp fuse. I might have figured it out a little earlier.
Oh, you didn't tell me that earlier.
But
hello, Mona. Did what? How are you today? Thanks so much for joining us. And Tim said, electrical troubleshooting is not fun at all.
It's not fun.
And you can say that.
And I've done lots of it in my life, Tim. Lots of it.
Not your strong suit.
As a mechanic, I've had some electrical snafus that have puzzled me for days at a time. I usually I would say 98% of the time I've been able to figure them out, including this actually, which thanks to YouTube though, because I didn't know what to do next.
I want to say thanks to God because I've been praying and praying and praying, help him.
Thanks,
have God to lead him in the right direction.
Thanks to YouTube,
and it did work.
The whole thing is.
What's the chances that he would find something like that on YouTube?
Well, I searched and searched. I finally said just the right thing, and up came this video.
I know.
And mine's a 2004, and I think his was probably a 2005 or something like that. But it was the exact same setup. It was amazing. Exact same setup. He was diagnosing things that I was diagnosing all day. He did the same stuff I did, and then finally figured out that it was the fuse. And he bypassed the fuse too, like I did. I should have known better. Whenever you're troubleshooting, you start from the source and work back, until you find something that's dead. And of course, I skipped the whole section. But hey, it's what it is, and I've learned. That's all.
Steve said every time something happens, you learn, and that's so true.
It's dead. It's
so
called,
he's figuring it out.
It's the school of hard knocks. It's the way a mechanic learns. Something comes to you broke, and you figure it out.
Tim said electrical wirings are mysterious things. There are always things that make you. What the hell? Oops.
I wasn't saying what the H, I'll tell you that. But yeah. So we're sitting happy. Our house is sold, and Finicky Fanny's all set. She's got brand new shocks. She's been all serviced. She's been all maintained. She's got brand new rear springs. We're going up on Monday morning to get our new trailer. I have a new tiny little trailer that my Corolla will just fit on that I bought, and we're going to get that configured so that everything's going to be the right height, so that the trailer isn't down like this or up like this. So we got to go up and actually buy the trailer. They're going to get the right height hitch, and we're really ready to go. Other than finishing up the summer, I told Sue we should just take off, but I told my new boss that I'd be there till September 15th, so I can't leave now. I haven't told him yet that I'm not going to be the mechanic next year, but
you might have heard it through the grapevine though. Hello, William. How are you today? Thanks so much for joining us. Uh-oh, what are you touching? Jesse's touching buttons.
Yeah, no, I mean a live chat, Jesse. I had it on top chat, not live chat. So I got to be careful. Jesse watches me like a hawk. Wants to know what the heck are you doing? Stop touching buttons. And he's right. He's definitely right. So yeah, so we're ready to start our new life here pretty soon. Right around the corner. Sue takes a deep breath, but Sue's going to take another deep breath when we figure out that I don't think everything's going to fit into our storage bin. So we'll see. And we've already.
That's so. I'm holding my breath. You guys all please say prayers on that one because I got a lot of stuff in a small space. So.
And we bumped up once. We started with a small one. We went to the bigger one, and we're not bumping up because we don't need any bills on the road. No big bills at all on the road. This is fine. Whatever we can fit in there, we keep. Whatever we can't keep, at that point, we'll have to figure something else out, whether it's given away or stored somewhere or whatever. But
So I figured we're gonna.
Susie has done so well. Oh my God, it's just amazing. Like Susie's you know, while I've been working on Finicky Franny and the yard and the house and all this stuff, Susie's just been working on the house, as in like organizing and tearing down and cleaning and figuring out what's for the yard sale and what's not for the yard sale and what to give away and not to give away. And yeah, it's just, she's just been right out straight. I'm surprised she can even function, I swear.
Jess said keep 5 feet back. So my plan is that so we have 4 boys coming, young guys coming. That
Maybe
include-
5, hopefully,
but we definitely have 4 young ones that are gonna hopefully do the big stuff
with trucks.
with trucks. And then his friend's gonna come, who's a little bit younger than we are, but has a bad back and stuff. So my thought is we're gonna pile all the boxes and totes into his truck, and then we're gonna he and I are gonna go over to the storage unit because we already have stuff piled in there that now has to be removed.
This is marriage protection.
So
Just listen close. This is marriage
we're gonna
protection.
pull all that stuff out, and he's gonna stay here and deal with the guys, and then they'll come and bring stuff, and then he'll go away, and that way, I can make it fit without, any excess help. So that's how I think I've got it figured out. Let's see if it all works. So lots of prayers, guys, because I'm gonna need them to figure it all. Because I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
I did. I smacked his finger between 2 80-pound steel units. I slid one and boom, nailed it in between the two. It was quite painful, but yeah.
Tim says keep things in storage, and if you don't miss them in a year, bye.
And then we can.
I'm not
well,
agreeing to that one yet.
Well, see, the thing is our end goal is to buy something to live in somewhere warm in the country, and so that's when we figure we'll probably end up moving all the stuff that we probably could have bought already with all of the rent we'll pay for the next 5, 6 years. But that's okay. That doesn't matter. Sue likes all of the nostalgic stuff you can't replace. So, like if it was me, I'd get rid of some of the furniture and have more room for the nostalgic stuff. But I had nothing to do with it other than being the mule and trying to move stuff. That's it. It's the same with the house. I don't know what to do with anything, so I really couldn't help it.
Gotta close them.
Like I would move stuff and carry stuff, but I can't help her because everything that I need that I was going to do, I would have to ask her, and then she can't concentrate on what she's doing, and nobody get nothing done. So I just kind of backed off, and when she needs help, I help her and just let her kind of sort through it because I can't. I don't know. If it was up to me, I would hire a big dumpster and throw it all away. That would have been my solution. But
hello, Kelly. How are you today? Thanks so much for joining us. Steve, are you calling him excess help?
I missed what he said. Stop pointing to me like that.
Excess help, he said. LOL. I'm assuming he's talking to you. I don't know why that keeps popping up on your thing.
It's just YouTube sending me notifications.
I know, but why now?
I don't know. They send me notifications all the time, but they never used to during the live. And they end up going right over the top of everybody, and you can't read. Did you say hi to William Brody?
I did earlier. Yeah.
Hi, William. I didn't see you. I just saw you.
Jesse said, Merton, when it comes to the trailer, along with the trailer hitch height, try to place the car as even over the trailer axles as you can get it.
Correct.
Smoother ride.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Sam wants us to wear our gloves.
I've towed a lot of race cars, Jesse. So I one day I had the race car too far up on the trailer, and it started to do this on me. And that was the day I learned that you got to center the weight. You don't want it too far back. You don't want it's got dual wheels on each side. So I'm going to try to center that weight right over the top of those. Has a nice tie down. It's an aluminum trailer. Only weighs 1,000 pounds. The Corolla only weighs 2,900 pounds. 2,900 pounds. Is that right?
I don't know.
No.
Carol says Ashley's the same way, Martin.
No, the Corolla weighs 3,900 pounds, and the trailer weighs 4,000. Ashley's the same way as well. Did I miss something?
Carol said Ashley's the same way as you.
What do you mean?
I think she means as far as get you out of the way and she can deal with it.
Oh, yeah.
Easier,
Yeah.
I think is what she means.
Yeah.
Corner Clubhouse, Mark, how are you? Thanks so much for joining us. Do you want to get gloves for Sam to make Sam happy?
I don't know if I have any. I can go look.
Hang on, he's going to go find some gloves for Sam. Oh, with the dumpster, she meant. Oh, with the dumpster.
Oh,
That's
so
right. I
that's
forgot.
what I
That's
thought she meant.
that's-
Not everybody wants Merton out of the way like you do. You know?
Oh, okay. Hello, Boilermaker Rick. How are you today? Thanks for joining us. He's going to get gloves for you right now, Sam. Hang on 1 minute. Yeah, the dumpster. No, Carol, we're not doing the dumpster. So, and no, I have not officially decided, but I'm thinking I'm going to go with the ones that nobody else likes. I tried to pick material. Only Lori's the only one. Lori, I'll have to send you pictures after to get your opinion. But I'm trying to pick material to cover up. Well, actually, it started because I think we talked about this last week. But my sister made me a really nice quilt, and I want to use that quilt. But of course, it doesn't match the headboard that we already redid. So I started out with let's redo the headboard, and so he was dealing with that. But then now I've added let's cover the couch and let's cover the seats at the table. So yeah.
So, Sam,
Hello, Sam.
I literally only
They're clear
have
gloves.
2 gloves. That's all I've got. So, I'm sorry I can't have them on
Hello,
both
Sam.
hands, but there you go.
Let's do a high five with gloves.
There you
to
go.
see.
High five,
Just for
fist pump, and an elbow pump.
oh,
Ready?
geez. Elbows not covered.
Ah! I'm just kidding.
That did hurt though. Wow.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, crazy stuff.
Yeah, so it's been a crazy week. It's been a up and down roller coaster week, and you know I was like wicked bummed out because I've seen sometimes electrical stuff. It takes weeks to solve. I've actually seen some that never get solved. Not that's ever happened to me, but I've seen it happen, and that's what. So now I'm thinking, what we got to buy another rig. You know, we can't do this. We can't do this.
Read Jesse's. Jesse, you're too funny.
Okay, on that one, we'll just continue on. Thank you,
Let's
Jesse.
wait for the gloves. They're nice clear ones here. They're not white, they're clear. So you can still see our hands. Oh, Jesse, I never know what you're going to say, I swear.
So I was thinking to myself, you know, we're gonna have to buy a new rig and blah blah blah, because there's no way we can go on the road and pay for, you know, be able to pay for a campsite every single night. That's crazy. We can boondock often, you know, maybe stay in a campsite here and there, but no, we can't afford that. So we're looking forward to boondocking to save money, so we can, you know, do this without having a whole lot of, you know, financial woes or touch our nest egg. Our nest egg can't be touched. That's for when we decide not to stop this new lifestyle that we're about to try. So yeah.
Carol says Ashley cleaned out her refrigerator while she was in the shower. Ashley's Carol's Carol's more like me and likes to save stuff, and Ashley, her daughter's like more like him and likes the dumpster situation. So when Carol's in the shower, Ashley's throwing things in the trash. So it looks like she cleaned out the refrigerator while she was in the shower.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
Yes, Sam, we're wearing them just for you.
I swear, Jesse is just too funny.
Yep.
Too funny.
So, anyways, guys, I decided to cover the couch and the seats, the benches at the table, and I bought this material. And as I was I talked with my sister first, and she thought they were good. She thought they matched, and then I was at the fabric store waiting to get them, and one lady loved them, and so we were talking, and I showed her the other pattern that I wanted, which they didn't have, I have to order online, and she's like, "Oh, I don't think those match so well." And then the boy that was waiting on me is like, "Oh, I don't think those match so well." And the other lady I had talked to earlier said, "Oh, I don't think those match so well." So I checked with Carol, and Carol's like, "Oh, I don't think those match so well." And then I even texted Doreen from Camping Therapy, and she said, first of all, she hates orange and she hates bright colors, so she's probably not the right person to ask. But then she went in to say that she didn't like them at all. So, so that's why Carol's saying now. Am I going to am I going to decide? So I don't know.
Oh yeah. So
We have decided we're not going to get a pet anytime soon.
We are not.
So
probably
we
not
decided-
at all, actually.
I'm hoping sometime at some point, but yeah, probably
Probably
not
not.
anytime soon. Just so expensive, and,
So expensive,
and being on the road, you can't find a
being on the road,
vet.
you can't find a vet, and if something happens to the dog, what are you going to do? Not only that, I got to get up every morning in the RV and take the dog out, whether it's wind or rain or snow or blow. And here, Sweepy had a doggy door and a fenced-in yard with an electric fence, and she could do whatever the heck she wanted to do. Da, 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 da. And at our age, honestly, and I'm not saying that that I expect it, but you never know. Like, we could die tomorrow, and who's going to take the dog? My daughter's not going to take the dog. She has 3 German Shepherds. And we're going to have this little terrier, and our son certainly isn't going to take the dog. And
He has
so,
2 cats, so
I
Yeah.
mean, it wouldn't be fair to the dog. And who knows? Are we going to be here another 13 to 16 years? I don't know. I hope to be, and probably will, but who knows? So it wouldn't be fair to the pet, and it's just so expensive to go to the vet. And when you're on the
Yes.
road, you can't find a vet.
yeah,
So
no one wants to take you.
nobody will take you. Nobody will look at you. And if they do, you got to go to one of the emergency ones where it's $500 a walk for the friggin' dog before they even touch the dog. So no,
Hello, Sue. How are you today?
we're not in a position. Hi, Sue. Welcome.
Thanks so much for joining us, as always.
Thanks for stopping by.
Sue said she understands, and she especially understands about it and not getting another pet, especially with going on the road. We've heard so many, bad stories of people who, anytime that something happens to the dog, they want to get it to a vet. And they, one man was just telling us just recently, he had to go to 3 different towns before he could find someone. He ended up having to go like all the way to Las Vegas to get to an emergency vet, which, like you said,
Super
around
expensive.
here you have to pay first before they even will touch your dog.
Absolutely.
So get your credit card out because it's going to be a high bill.
And we're just not in a position of life to have the energy or the time or the financial part of it or anything like that. We just want to hunker down and spend the rest of our lives just chilling out. I guess if a dog fell into
I'm
our
hoping for
lap or
that.
something, I don't know what to say. And if you hope for it, then you can walk it
That's right.
and you can take care of it, and we'll swap.
That's how it was. See, in the early days, I always took care of the dogs, and then when our dog died, I said, "That's it. I don't want the responsibility." And he brought home a dog, and I'm like,
But no,
"Okay,
we're
it's
not
your
gonna-
responsibility,"
we're
and
not
it
gonna get a dog
was.
for one, because with your osteoarthritis, you can't walk it, so it'll always be up to me to walk it, and we can't afford it. So no. And we just need to
I know,
I
but I do miss having a dog. I really do.
mean, if one walked up to the ring and we fed it and we're driving away and it's got its tail down and looking at us or something like that, I don't know.
See, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I know, but then that's not what I'm hoping, because it's not really what I want.
So Jessica now have to walk you every day.
Yep.
Ah,
Yep.
I'm glad you like our gloves.
So I'm liking
They're
this.
just for you, Sam.
I'm liking this semi-retired stuff. I got 3-day weekends now. I'm only working 4 days a week, and my job's going pretty good. I had kind of a hell week last week at work, but that's okay. Mechanics have hell weeks every once in a while. This happens, that happens, this happens. My whole career, if you have one hydraulic leak, you're going to have 3, and that's what happened. Sure enough,
It always comes in threes.
I had a real motor on a greens mower that started to leak. I had a hydro a pump, a piston pump that leaked, and I had a leak that came out of a brand spanking new oil filter that I put on, and I could not get it to stop leaking no matter what I did. I still had the old oil filter upside down on the drain bin. I took the old oil filter, put it on. It doesn't leak anymore. So something's wrong with that new oil filter, whether it's got a flat O-ring or something. So that's 3. So I should be safe. Plus, I had to pull a motor on a machine and put a seal in and put the motor back in. And the seal still seeps. It's not quite working like I really wanted it to. And I spent a whole day and a half working on the stupid thing, and then it didn't work out well. What do you goofing on?
Jess said, Merton, don't trust those brownie treats that Sue will give you to sit, shake, and roll over.
Yes, sir. You got that right.
Oh,
my
where do you come
God.
up with this stuff, Jesse? I don't
It's
know.
hilarious.
Never a dull moment when Jesse's around, that's
Hilarious.
for sure. Jesse did his live last night. I stayed for, it was 3 hours and 20 minutes I stayed for, and he was still going, so I'm not sure exactly how much longer it went, but you guys got to check them out if you haven't already checked out Lazy Days Ahead, because they do the best, lives, and then they do giveaways, and they give away the awesome prizes. They were giving away Lisa's famous jelly, and I did not win any famous jelly. I was hoping to win some for we know who over here. So
Why does she keep pointing that to me today, like that? You
you
guys
love his jelly.
Yeah, but you keep
You love her jelly. I mean,
like,
because you're the one that eats the jelly,
oh no, whatever.
right? Because you love her jelly. So I was hoping to get some, but I did not win some this week. So There's always next time, 2 weeks from now. So Jesse does every 2 weeks.
You used to do it every week. They had the problem.
No, he does every other Saturday.
Oh.
And I believe Scott does a Saturday in between, but I'm not sure because I don't ever get the notification from Scott either. So I don't know what is up with YouTube. Sometimes you get notifications like Lori and Tom went last night live, which they don't do very often, but they did, and we didn't get a notification for it, so we didn't get to go visit them last night. What are you goofing on?
Just Jesse, just some of the stuff, I read it again. It's like two.
Especially if you're boondocking in Colorado. I think you got us on that one, Jesse. We're like, what? Oh, the boondocking in Colorado with the sitting and rolling and the brownies. Don't trust the brownies, in other words, I give, because especially if you're in Colorado.
I don't get it.
I'll explain later.
Whisper.
You're not getting the humor today, Jesse.
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
He said, come on, Sue, brownies in Colorado. Weed. In the brownies.
Oh, weed? Oh, all right. Yeah, well, that would just make me want more brownies. That's all right.
Hello, Wiggle Butts. Vanessa, how are you?
Most states now, too. Here in Massachusetts, it's legal now, too.
Yeah. Is Harry somewhere around, too, Vanessa? Hello, Harry, if you're listening as well. The Wiggle Butts, you guys. You got to check them out because they are the cutest little guys. Oh, I should say big guys. They're not little.
Big guys, yeah.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And Jesse and Lisa have cute little Toby, which I can't believe Lisa gave away a cookbook last night to make on different recipes for bones. And I thought, oh, Toby must have been happy with that. Mama should be making Toby snacks.
No, and Lisa, she has all the recipes written down.
She probably does, right?
She probably makes the dog treats. She's always moving. She's always doing something.
Rocky Mountain High in Colorado, Sue says.
Now I'm beginning to get it.
We're a little slow today,
Rocky
guys.
Mountain High, Colorado. Yeah.
Carol loves when you sing to her, so sing some more.
Carol does.
Oh, Vanessa said they're doing wonderful, been super busy, and he isn't around. He's cleaning up. Harry is. Making Harry work. Poor Harry.
Excuse me, I'll be right back.
Oh, he's off. Yeah, it was a book for making baked treats. Vanessa, that would have been a perfect book for you guys with all your babies. Is at Jesse's giveaway last night, they were giving away a book on how to make dog treats. There were quite a few different, it was a good sized book, so there were quite a few different recipes in there. I thought you should keep it for cute little Toby. You drank that whole glass, good for you?
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm wicked thirsty. We had Chinese food today. And every time I eat Chinese food, I get wicked thirsty. It's like, whoa. So, yeah, I needed to drink. My lips were sticking together. I couldn't talk on me.
2 weeks is the Oklahoma one already? Wow. That's coming right around the corner.
Quick.
I didn't realize it was so soon. I thought it was a little bit later in the year, May 20th. Oh.
Probably warm down there by now.
In Oklahoma, yeah, there's going to be a really big one over there. They're supposedly got all kinds of, she's got games planned and all kinds of stuff.
Who's this? Who's doing it?
M&T Homestead.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they got games planned. They got all kinds of, different things planned. They've got they got a fishing tournament planned. They have all kinds of stuff. Yeah, they're really working hard on that one.
Hmm.
So if anybody's in the Oklahoma area, go check it out. It's going to be a great YouTube meetup. Lots of people going too. Almost 100 channels will be there. Nice. Hello, Nancy. How are you today? So nice of you to join us.
So I was driving back on, what was it, Wednesday I took the truck on Monday for the Springs. They had it on Monday. They had it on Tuesday. I was driving back on
Thursday, was it?
Thursday night, yeah. And I was driving back. It's not far from here. Maybe, I don't know. I want to say 7, maybe 10 miles tops. More, probably less than 10. I get onto the highway and I hear this noise, and to myself I said, I hope the mechanic didn't leave a wrench on the chassis or something like that. And I looked in my mirror to make sure that there's nobody flailing around with a broken windshield or anything, and there wasn't. And I didn't think too much of it. Then my TPS sensor, my tire pressure sensor, all of a sudden, beep, 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 beep. And I look at it, and one of the tires on the pressure sensor is flashing, and it's only got 40 pounds. It's supposed to have 80. Like, okay. So I'm wondering if maybe it's a bad battery in the sensor because they got the original batteries in them, which I had to change. But when I got home, it was flat. So I'm like, well, what do I do? So I'm like, I ended up I called the tire store, which was only like, I don't know, again, probably 4 miles from here, not 5, no, I guess it was like 5 miles from here or something, which wasn't far. I called the tire store, see if they had a truck that could come out and fix it. And I said, one of my dualies is flat. He said, well, is the other one holding air? And I said, yeah. He said, well, just drive it slow. He said, you're not going out onto the highway. You're not going to do 50, 60, 70. Just keep it down, drive it slow, drive it here, and we can get it fixed. And what happened was something got up, when I was going down the road, something got up into the rim and flailed around and busted the valve stem. And so there was nothing wrong with the tire. The tire was fine. Everything was fine. They put a new valve stem in it, and we're off again. Finicky Franny,
Yay.
I'm telling you, she is finicky.
A lot going on this week.
It's been a crazy week. Been a really crazy week.
But too easy. Well, once he figured out the electrical part, that was an easy fix.
Yeah, the electrical,
and it only cost $19, and the tire was only $4. So yeah,
so
not
it was
bad.
cheap, and
Not
that
bad.
electrical problem had me in a doom and gloom state. It really did. I did not know what to do next, or what to touch next, or what to think about it, or anything. I was like in almost a state of depression. Like, great, we're gonna go living in this rig in a week, and I got no house power at all, other than to run my slide and start my generator. I got no lights. I got nothing. When I was plugged in, everything was fine. Blah 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 blah. But I couldn't get the steps in, so I had to drive up to get the springs with the steps hanging out, which is, on these new Bedford streets, they're narrow, so it's not death-defying, but it's step-defying for sure. Like, you could take a parked car out, or somebody couldn't be paying attention and take your steps out.
Step-defying.
Whatever. And so, so I got the electrical problem fixed too. So yeah, I'm really happy. I got the electrical problem fixed today. I actually found there was what they call a shortstop fuse. It's just before the house cutoff switch. Don't know why it's there. I guess if there's like some sort of a major meltdown or something between it and the battery, it'll blow the fuse and everything will be safe. I guess that's the issue of it. And sure enough, I got up. I went to Advanced Auto. I put it on the counter. The guy walked over, put one on I had to go to 2 stores. He thought he had one, and he didn't. I had to go to the second store. Got one, came back, put it in. Everything works like a charm. The house is sold. I was worried about that. So yeah, everything's going good.
It's been a worrywart this week. William wants to know if you go fishing.
I do go fishing.
He hasn't been in a long time. He used to go every Friday night with my brother, but that kind of petered out. But he's just been so busy, so he hasn't gone in a long, long time. But he used to go fishing. I do not fish. I used to go back when we were dating. I'd go and sit and look at the pretty scenery. But no, I haven't gone with him in a long, long time.
I actually stopped fishing. My knee got so bad.
That's what it was.
It's all better now, but my knee was getting so bad that I just couldn't do it. I couldn't put the boat in and out. I couldn't sit in the boat. It was just excruciating. It was horrible. It lasted for a long, long time. I had a cyst on the side of my leg that actually went down, and I forget what I did about it.
Hello, Sarah. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us.
I took some natural remedy.
He took a natural remedy. Yeah, he had a huge cyst on that, so he couldn't push the motor. He was the one that drove it.
I couldn't sit there. I couldn't sit in any one place. I was losing sleep and had a big cyst on the side of my leg. And whatever the remedy was, I can figure it out if I think about it.
I can't remember what remedy.
Really,
I know.
I want to say it was
rhododendron.
Rhododendron root. Right.
Yeah, and
I swear.
And that healed it.
I took it, and the cyst is gone, and I barely have trouble out of my knee now. But anyways, that's why I stopped fishing. Yeah, because I couldn't.
It was too much for the knee.
When I got out of work,
get in or out.
when I got out of work, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get in and out of the boat. So I just stopped. It was too much pain. I just wanted to come home after work and stop. But thank God.
And if y'all haven't seen All Around Sarah, check her out. She has a beautiful voice and sings lots of worship songs. She's awesome. Need to make a new sticker of Travel Merchant driving Finicky Franny with a blown fuse. He was having a blown fuse for sure, Jesse. We should have fixed his fuse last.
She said, "I don't know.
It hasn't been good.
Merton and fuses just don't mix well."
Nope.
No,
they don't.
But I figured it out. I figured it out.
Yep, he did. Thank you, dear God. So I just have to keep going back and saying that.
He's gonna make a sticker
A new
with,
sticker.
with
Drive
Finicky
Finicky
Fanny with a
Franny.
blown fuse. Oh my God.
YouTube Police. Hello, Gary. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. I didn't know. So Gary has several. Belt Loop so Gary is Belt Loop as well. Belt Loop 29 and YouTube Police, and I kept meeting YouTube Police here or there, and I said, wow, what a nice guy he is. What a nice guy he is. And come to find out it's Gary. I was like so surprised. He actually admitted to that at some point, and I'm like, wow. He said everybody knew it was me. I'm like, nope, I didn't.
I didn't know he had that other channel.
Nope.
And I didn't even,
I did not know it
I've
was
seen
him.
it, but I didn't know it was him.
Nope.
I did not know it was him. Yep,
He surprised me, so I guess other people knew it was him, but I certainly didn't.
So I think Sue's even more excited about what we're going to do than I am, if you can believe it.
I am excited. Every time we
Very
drive,
excited.
every time we go out and drive her, it's like I get more excited.
Very.
So I've got it all. I've decorated in there even more. I've added more pictures. So, and everyone we have to weigh it. It weighs too much. No, out. And I'm like, it weighs too much. Out.
No, I tell you can put it in. She put all the pictures up she wants to put up, but in super light frames. There's nothing wrong with that.
I know. I'm just goofing on you.
Gee, she's
But
tough on me today.
He has been weighing everything. I have to tell you guys that is true.
I haven't literally taken it to a scale. I weigh it
No.
with my hand, and I say,
He weighs it with his hand, right?
You know, we're already going to be up to like 18,000 pounds, so we can't add to that as much as.
You have a water regulator, right?
I do.
Yeah, I think we got that right away. He watches lots of YouTube, so he watches
I
people
learned
like
that. I got
like
that right
Steve
away,
and-
Steve.
Yeah, he watches all those good people who have taught us a lot.
Another
Watch out
thing.
your foot's calm.
Another thing that I do, Steve, is, and not like 100% of the time because I forget once in a while, but I always try to shut the water pump off when we leave, or if I'm at an RV park and we're gonna go away for a while, I'll shut the spigot off, because it's the same thing. Even though you have a regulator, stuff happens, man. And I've seen some horror shows where the water's just running out the bottom of their rig, and yeah, oh my God, please, I don't think I could stand it,
Carol, you taking sides today? You're hanging out with him a lot today. I thought you were my friend. Gee. She's not taking your
Yeah,
side.
she's being tough on me today, I'm telling you. It's crazy. But no, I'm like, I think our daughter, might have thought that maybe it was me that, not making her mother do it, but her mother was doing it because I wanted to do it. And so she seemed like a little upset with me here or there or whatever. But she's come to the realization that Sue's the one, she's the one that decided to do this. I swear to God. Not that I've ever been against it by any means at all, but I never would have believed it.
Steve said they had high pressure at an RV park once and blew the kitchen faucet out.
Absolutely.
Wow. Wow.
You've got to have a regulator.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now the thing is like if we hadn't watched YouTube, we wouldn't have known any of these tips and tricks.
None of them.
So we would have been in deep.
I already got myself in some deep trouble, and I already knew a lot going into this.
Wow. Because we would have known about you. I mean, no one tells you, hey, you need an RV water pressure thingy, or half the things we have.
The stupidest thing I did so far, hopefully the only stupidest thing I've done, the biggest stupidest thing I've done, is I actually fried our generator by plugging it in backwards. That was really stupid. And not only did I do it once, but I did it multiple times. I was in the rig testing, going, "Go ahead, Sue," and over and over and over, till the point where a guy came over and said to me, "Dude, it's just fried. I've never seen nothing like it." He said, "It's fried." Well, yeah, I guess it is. Luckily, the fuse would pop, and it didn't. None of that crap got into the rig backwards. I ended up lucky, but.
Carol says, sorry, but funny. I'm sure it's funny now that you can, when you're sitting back and, he wrote LOL, but I'm sure at that moment when the faucet was flying high and he had a geyser going off in the middle of the camper.
I'm sure it wasn't
not a funny situation then.
No.
It's crazy how fast stuff like that can happen. I mean, that just I can't imagine having that when we had that rental and and it was leaking water. We don't even know where it was leaking
Oh
water
my
from,
God,
but it was a
a
leak
mess.
on
It
the
was
floor,
running
and it
across
was
the water. It was running. Actually,
fast.
it got so bad at the end of the weekend that it was running across the floor. It was going under the driver's seat and actually running out the bottom of the door. That's how bad it was.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. I mean, don't ever rent a van. I probably shouldn't even say.
Yeah, don't even say it. Cruising is fun anytime. Hello, how are you today? Thanks so much for joining us. Yes, Sue says it's probably funny in retrospect, right?
In retrospect, yes, ma'am.
And Jesse says Merton needs to carry a box full of fuses with you for your travels.
I got a whole brand new box. I bought it. I bought it today. It's good. It's the whole kit. I got 10 of each, Jesse. So I should be good. So.
Steve said he ran out, bought a new faucet and a pressure regulator.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I mean, if you put 80 or 90 pounds to an RV, you're gonna have an issue. Okay?
Well, they found out that the RV water pump pressure was 95 psi.
Right?
Wow. Which
Oh.
I think it's supposed to be, if I'm correct, it's supposed to be 50.
I'm
45
not
to
sure.
50?
I keep my
35 to 40. What is it?
I keep mine regulated at 35 to 40. Period.
35 to 40.
That's it. And I actually
95. And we wonder why the faucet blew off. And why is it that they have pressure that high if they know that's going to happen to people?
Who knows?
Like, why would they have that much pressure? Probably because they have to have enough water for everybody to take showers and stuff, right?
We hooked up one night at a Love's truck stop, and that had really high pressure. I don't know what it was. Man, I'll tell you what, it was coming out of there, and I was so glad I had a regulator.
Just so we need to start a timeline that shows how many miles can Merton go without blowing a fuse. Depends on what kind of fuse. Are you talking about his personal fuses or fuses in Finicky Franny?
Depends on drivers around me, Jesse, is what it depends on.
Jesse gets annoyed at the traffic and he's usually complaining too. You should hear my daughter. She sounds like a sailor when she gets going.
The thing is when in an RV my size, you can't, like, it's got really good brakes. It's got 4-wheel disc brakes, and it stops well. It really does. But you can't stop on a dime like you can with a car. So if I'm in heavy traffic and it's stop and go a little bit, I try to lay back a little bit, because if I'm looking at Sue for 1 second and I look back, I need some extra space. Okay, somebody always has to take that space on you. Every single solitary time. You leave a little space, they take it. You leave another, they take it. That just drives me crazy. And they don't get anywhere by doing it. They just take a space. They're not really, and then I got to worry about hitting them.
Steve told Sue that it was definitely funny after it was all done with the water situation.
Yeah, stuff like that is funny after it's done.
And Jess said most of the municipalities have between 70 and 90 psi on their water system.
Yeah.
Wow. So I guess that's probably why the camping areas, because that's where they're getting the water from their town.
I'm pretty sure you can do like 50 pounds in your RV and feel safe, I think. I mean, I'm no expert, so don't ever do that because I just said that, but I'm pretty sure you could. But I'm just keeping it safe at 40 pounds. You don't need any more than 40 pounds. I mean, we're not trying to even our military showers, you don't need 40 pounds. You just, so. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who cut you off gets to the next light 5 seconds before you do, right? I love when you pull up beside him after they practically took you out, and you pull up beside him you want to wave at him. Hello.
Yeah, we have a 4-lane highway right out here. It's like a state road. It's got 2 lanes on one side, 2 lanes on the other. But it's got a bunch of stuff. Like, it goes by a mall, it goes by a bunch of restaurants, goes by a Walmart, and a couple burger joints and all this kind of stuff. So it's got, I don't know, 5, 6, I guess 7 lights or whatever on this stretch. If you do 30 miles an hour on this stretch, you never hit a light red, ever. You'll cruise through every light green. But I'll be behind somebody, and that light will turn green, and they'll bang all 4 gears. And they're gone, and then I'm right on that bumper at the light, and then to the next light, to the next light, to the next light. Oh my God. Are you retarded? Do you not see what's going on? Why are you doing that? It just doesn't even make sense to me.
Kid, that when we first moved in, the people next door were really nice older couple, and they sold their house when the husband died. They sold the house to the grandson, and he had one of those little bumblebee type mufflers, and he would do that. He'd follow him down Route 6, and he'd be there he goes, boom, and then he'd stop, and next light they'd be side by side, and, hello,
No.
and then they take off again, and hello.
Back when we were kids and we had muscle cars and we had headers and glass packs and V8s, and I could be wrong, but to me, those motors sounded kick-ass. These little buzz bombs that these kids, I mean, they're entertained by that noise. Why don't you just slap yourself in the face? I mean,
Hope nobody here has a Bumblebee before.
I
you
don't
start.
care what they have. It doesn't sound like a good motor to me. I can have my opinion about it, and it doesn't mean it make it right. It's just my opinion. Give me like a V8 small block Chevy with open headers, and it sounds good.
Jesse said that the ideal water pressure for most RVs is somewhere between 40 and 60.
Like I
So
said,
not all campgrounds stay within that pressure range.
no, and they should, just to be safe, but they don't care or not aware of it, or who knows.
And Steve says nice sound effects. How was that, Martin? Jesse wants to know.
I call it the buzz bomb effect,
And Gary says Merton does that very well.
But it's so true in my opinion. I guess I'm just an old fart, but
Old fart,
give
sure.
me give me a muscle car. To me, that sounds good. And then of course there was people. I can remember some of the older people would listen to our muscle cars and go, "Oh man, I can't stand all that noise." Blah, blah, blah. So it's all in wherever you're at, I guess, in life or whatever, what generation you're from.
Steve says kind of like the rap music, not for me. I'm with you there, Steve.
Yeah.
That's one type of music I do not like.
No.
Every now and then he'll put a little bit of a
listen,
rapish type.
I can listen to rap, but I won't search it out. I won't turn it off. I won't ask somebody to turn it off. But if it's one of them ones where they're using all sorts of vulgar language in it, yeah, I don't want to hear it. Yeah. I want to be entertained, not agitated. Just
that music you put on Sandy's photo ones is a little rapish.
A little rapish.
It's not rap.
It's more like funk. It's more, but it
more
is
funky
rapish.
rap.
Right.
Yeah, and even that
Well,
I'm
it's
not
hip
real.
hop.
It's hip hop. I'm not even fond of that.
Whatever.
So
I'm not fond of either, but
yeah,
that's just me.
Jesse said it's those European muffler sounds that drive him crazy.
Yeah.
Is that what those are?
Yeah.
We call them bumblebees.
Yeah,
That's
bumblebees.
What we call them.
Yeah. Yep.
And the kids pay a lot of money for those crazy. I mean, half the time the muffler's bigger than the car practically because they usually are on small cars. They're on the little 4 cylinders.
Of course, it's always chrome. It's going to be sticking out the back about this this far. What I like is the guy that has a 4-cylinder and he's got dual exhaust coming out the back. So one side's fake, or at least it's just tied into the other exhaust. There is no dual bank there. So it's just crazy.
Jesse wants to know how is his music before his live. Jesse, I was not on time, or I was not early, I should say. I was on time, but no, actually I was 20 minutes late, so I couldn't tell you how your music was. Sorry.
And Jesse knows a lot about music, guys. He plays drums. He doesn't let a lot of people know that, I guess, but he plays drums. I heard him. I watched him on TV play drums.
You can't understand a word they say. I cannot either, Carol. I agree with you. I cannot understand anything they say.
Shame on you, Susie. He said, "Uh-oh."
Uh-oh, who said that? Oh, Jesse. Jesse, I'm always late. I'm sorry. Late should be my middle name, but I made it. I was only a few minutes late.
Not every wedding, guys, but I'll give you an idea, okay? I would say 50% of the weddings that we've been
I wouldn't
to.
say 50%.
I would say
Maybe 20.
I would say 50%. But
20.
that's debatable. But let's say a good percentage of the weddings that we've ever been to, we are rushing through the door just as the bride is ready to hit. Here comes the bride. And we come blasting through. Everybody turns and has to look at Merton and Sue come into the church. So even stuff like
the
that.
last we went to was really that bad.
We left Friday night. We left Thursday night for a Saturday night wedding and still didn't make it on time. But that was my niece's wedding, and knowing her aunt, she lied to us about the time and gave us an extra 15 minutes, and we ended up being on time when we got there. So there you go. Because she knows.
I know, we couldn't believe what's taking so long. And she's like, oh, she told us the wrong time.
Because she didn't want us blasting through the back when she's going down the aisle. She's probably seen it at a family wedding somewhere before.
Steve said when he was a teenager, some of the kids with no money used to drill holes in their mufflers.
Yep, just for that sound.
There's a song "Waiting on a Woman." Yep, that one fits me perfectly. Except he's not always so, patiently waiting.
That's not true. I don't really give you a hard time unless it's something that I really want to be at. Something that I don't want to be at, I could care less.
It worked for last minute. That's right. I work best under pressure, Jesse.
She does.
For sure.
Sue does work best under pressure.
Hello, DJ. How are you today? Thanks so much for joining us. DJ, I have not gotten my sticker, and I'm really looking forward to that special sticker that you had made up for your special live that you did.
Somebody in a comment during the week asked for a sticker and had their address in there, either a comment or
You never found it again?
somebody sent me an email and I can't find it. I don't know. I don't
Uh-oh.
know where it is. I really don't. I've looked and looked and looked and don't know. It was, I want to say it was an email, but I looked at my messages and my email and I can't remember what the name was. There's so many YouTube channels I can't remember, but yeah.
Ashley's usually late too, so I'm not alone. That's good news.
A lot of
Carol.
people are late. That's the way they live. That's fine. Even for work, I like to be 5 to 10 minutes early.
Carol says she likes to be early too.
I hate to walk through the door on
My
time.
kids are not like me. Put it that way. They've been late for too many times. Too many like church services every week at church. We're always late.
Blasting
And
through the back door at church, guys.
No, actually,
Every single.
Actually-
How about we went to the races every single Saturday night for probably nearly 30 years, and I would say at least half the time
Perfect.
we didn't see the first couple of races because we got there late. So.
it was me that wanted it. Just kidding. You already got one. We sent you one already. DJ, thank you. I'm not trying to rush you. Sorry, I didn't mean to rush you, but thank you. I'm looking forward. I've just been looking for it. So our church was an old church from like what 1800s, and so it was back
1700.
17. So back in the day, they were always worried about Indian attacks. So the doors were at the front of the church, so that they could, as they were sitting there doing church, if the Indians came in, I guess they could see them. Was the story that I was told. But anyways, as church was going on, here we come right through the front doors, and everybody's staring at us. And so my kids hated it, and so my kids are never ever late. My kids are always on time. They have learned to not be like their mom. And the last wedding we went to, I was extremely late. They were playing. The girls had already gone down the aisle, and they were waiting for the bride to go down. And the bride's like, "Go ahead, go." I'm like, "No, you go. We'll go after you."
So
So I can be late.
And thank God she's quite often late for work, but it doesn't really matter. So.
So read Steve's now. I like Steve's comment. Steve, I love that comment. It's not a good day if we hurry our wives faster than they
I do.
prefer.
See, I
learned a better way to bite my tongue and sit and wait. Yeah. See, there ain't no bites on that tongue.
I got marks. Boy, you're tough on me today.
There's no bites on that tongue.
Why? You hate me today or something?
Yeah, there's no bites on that tongue. You hurry up. We gotta go. Hurry up. I'll be waiting in the car.
It's true though.
It is true.
It's true. 'Cause I don't like to be late. It bothers me.
He does not like to be late.
Generally.
Well, so he starts on Sundays. We've got a live in 5 hours and 4 minutes. We've got a live in 3 hours and 20 minutes. We've got a live in 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Why are you busting my nose?
So because it's true. You do say that every Sunday. And then he's like, last minute, you got 2 minutes and you're not here yet.
Every Sunday. Matter of fact, it's been twice I sat here alone for the first minute.
Only once.
Twice, but I'm not going to debate it. I've done it twice because I know because I sat here alone. They were in the early days when we didn't have a lot of people though, and I was sitting here talking to myself. You know what they say about people that talk to themselves, don't you? Cuckoo.
Sending emails not on the top of your list, DJ. That's okay. I get it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't Jesse and Lisa, but it was somebody I've never heard of.
And now he feels bad because he can't remember who it was.
And I figured I would just go back and look, and I was going to go back and I've been wanting to tell Sue, but I can't. It's not there. That's all. I don't know what happened to it. It's not there. I didn't get rid of it. I didn't touch any buttons, Jesse, as far as I know. I don't.
Jesse, only because he knows me. You know me, so that's why you're telling me 5 hours ahead of time. Basically, he's busting me is what he's doing. As now he says I'm busting him, but basically he's busting me when he starts at 5 hours.
Tough on me today.
Don't be a whiner.
Jeez. Jeez.
Yeah, it's very true though. Yes, I have to be reminded.
Yeah, so we're actually pretty chipper today. We're having a good.
He's very happy. Yesterday he was very
We're
depressed.
both very happy right now because we can see a light at the end of the tunnel. It's coming quick. We're going to be moved out of here on next Saturday, and next Sunday we'll be in here doing a live. The house will be empty. We're going to have something to sit on here.
Well, no, we'll have to do live in the camper. We'll have to do it in
if
the
I can
RV.
get the Wi-Fi to go down to the camper,
Why wouldn't it?
I can do it by way of hotspot.
Yeah. So we'll be in the camper next week when we do our live because the house will be empty
We'll be in the
as long as it doesn't rain.
We'll be in the camper from now on, basically, except for
Right.
maybe occasionally at Dad's or something. Then we're going to be up in Vermont. We might do one
Right.
for my sisters in Vermont. We're going to go up there. Once we get the trailer all registered and we get all settled in, we're going to next month we're going to take a trip up to Vermont and do a couple of the mountain passes and see how finicky Franny does with the load on that. So it'll be the test.
Jesse, those are actually artificial flowers, but don't they look real? That's one thing I haven't put away yet. Don't they look real? They're actually artificial. He said that the other day. He goes, "Wow, those are really nice flowers." I'm like, "Yeah, they're artificial. But aren't they nice?"
They do look real.
I think those are going to
They
get carried
really-
into the. They're going to get not the vase because the vase is too heavy. Oh no!
They really do look real. Sue, you're tough on me today. Wow.
I can bust you. Anyways, thank you, Jesse. Yeah,
Wow.
they're not going away yet. They're just my artificial ones. Thank you, Gary. You might see new covers on the couch. I don't know. No, probably not by next week, Carol. I got a lot to concentrate on this week and getting
Yeah,
the house
no.
put together. And
We'll probably do that once
So-
we get settled in Little Compton.
well, I want to do that next. I want to do that after, like next week. I want to do that after we get everything out of here.
We'll see.
I prefer to do it here because we have a big bench. He has a big bench down cellar that works perfectly. And plus, last time we did it, we ended up stapling things to the bench, and I don't want to be stapling things to our new floor. So I prefer not to do it on our floor. So I would like to do it here, but that's up in the air as to whether
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
get
see.
to or
If
not.
we can get to it, we'll get to it. And if not, we'll have time in Little Compton. And
Yeah, you'll see him soon enough, Carol.
we have places that we can do it there. We just if we had to, so we can get it figured out. My father actually has a workbench. We just have to put something over it. That's all.
He actually carried my recliner down, so I have a recliner. We removed one of the chairs, but the couch stays because that's where he sleeps. So I can't take his bed away, Jesse.
No, and plus I want to lay on the couch. And
He
sit.
likes to lay on the
I like
couch,
to sit.
right?
I like to sit at the dinette. I'm perfectly comfortable there, and I like to lay on the couch.
He likes to lay on the couch,
You know,
right?
when
That's what he was doing today. He's
if
like,
I'm- if I've
I'm
been-
rested today.
if I've been driving for 4 or 5 hours, and we stop for lunch, or something, the first thing I do is turn around and go lay on the couch for a minute because it just regenerates you. You know, you get road
Weary.
weary, however you want to put it. You know, so.
So he'll go lay on the couch
Yeah.
while I'm making lunch or whatever.
That's going to be where I sleep. We can't sleep together because she snores too loud and I'm up peeing about 15 times a night. So between the two of us, we wake each other up constantly. So, Susie sleeps in the back. I'm going to sleep on the couch.
Thank you, William. That's so
We can
sweet
still
of you.
talk. We can still see each other. Just,
Yeah, it's not far away.
I can't lay next to her snoring, and every time I get in and out of bed, I wake her up.
Right.
It's crazy. So nobody gets any sleep. So this way here we at least get sleep. I have a small fan going, so her snoring doesn't even bother me. I hit a fan, and I'm not like laying right next
It's not
to her.
snoring in his ear. Do you have to tell everybody I snore? Gee.
Oh, whatever. Lots of women snore. It's not. It's not. So, anyways, guys, it's 5:58, so we got about 2 minutes left, and we want to thank all of you all for coming. We really do.
You do. You guys are awesome.
It's amazing. Jesse and Carol and William Brody and Tim from More Bang for Your Buck and Steve from Desert Adventures.
DJ and Sue
and Lucky Dog
and
and
Sarah, if she's still around. And have a great night at work, Sarah, if you're still listening. Sarah's
Oh.
going off to be help people who are in need. She's a nurse's aide, or I'm not sure exactly that's her title or not, but that's what she does. She takes good care of people when they're sick. So
maybe as we travel across country,
and Sam, I don't know if you're still here. We thank you, Sam, for coming to visit as well.
maybe as we travel across country, if if it's possible, we'd like to meet as many of you all as
Yeah.
we can. Let us know where you live, and if we're in the area, we'll definitely make an effort to stop and have coffee or have something to eat. Or
And Gary, we thank you for
Whatever.
stopping by, the YouTube police.
that is
And
awesome.
I don't think have we forgotten anybody who we've
I
forgotten.
don't know, and if we
Oh,
have,
Vanessa, if you're still here listening.
oh yeah, yep.
Vanessa, we thank you for stopping by. And check out each other's channels, guys, because it's awesome when everybody supports each other.
Everybody needs to support each other here.
And tomorrow, Steve does his, which Steve has to remind us half the time because Mondays are a tough day. But
tomorrow's
tomorrow
going to be a
is
really tougher day because we're taking Franny up to get the trailer done, and who knows how long that's going to take. We're going to go try to film something for YouTube.
Hello, Gary.
Something for YouTube. Hello, Gary. We're just leaving, guys.
But Steve does his live tomorrow. I believe it is 11 o'clock. Well, actually, all right, Steve. What time? Steve, tell us what
Steve,
time
quick,
it is.
before everybody
Because
leaves.
I know it's central. It's
It's
Arizona time.
Arizona time. So let's
Gets
just
me confused.
Let's. How much is it in Eastern?
How much is it? What time is it? And also, Tim does his live on Wednesdays, and I think Tim said his is at
8 a.m. Arizona time. Everybody.
8 a.m. Arizona time, so it's 10 o'clock our time, I assume.
Yep.
All right, and then Tim is on Wednesday.
Yep. And don't.
Tim is early. I believe Tim is at 10 or 11.
Yep. And then
which that was a hard one for us to
And
make.
then Lucky Dogs. They have
It's
some
Monday
very
night.
fun lives over there. So you want to go over and check them out.
Monday night at 6. I have theirs figured out.
And Saturday
them.
they do one.
They do one Saturday morning at 9, and I believe they do Wednesday morning at 9. But
Yeah.
I don't tend to make those. But my Monday I always try to make. And Gary, hopefully you're going to start your new one because Gary filled in last couple weeks ago for
Didn't really fill
Dave.
in.
Well,
He
he used
found
the
out
spot.
that Dave from Our Endeavor wasn't doing it, so Gary did one from RV Living Life, and I guess it was a wonderful life, huh?
He did an awesome job. So I'm hoping Gary's going to find a spot where he can fit in. And hello, Des, by the way. Thank you, Des, for
Peaceful
being here as
Des,
well.
yes.
And Des does hers on Thursday nights, and I believe Des is at 9. And then Gary does his. I know he has a Sunday one today. His was where he supports everyone's channel, and he'll put you up and talk about you, and which is awesome. And I believe that is at 1 o'clock. Gary, if I'm wrong, let me know.
Belt Loop, you mean.
And then yep, Belt Loop 29. And also he does Thursday nights, and that one is beyond my bedtime, which I believe is 9 o'clock my time. So I'm not sure because he's Central Time. So Gary does that one. I think I covered everyone.
I think so.
Vanessa does them, but I think Vanessa's more of a pop-up. I don't think Vanessa has a time for Wiggle Butts. I don't think she has a time. Did I forget anybody? I did Tim. I
hope not.
did Tim. I did Steve. I did.
If we did.
Oh, Sarah. All around Sarah.
Although
And
Sarah was here.
Sarah is also
Yep.
she used to do Sunday nights, but now she's going to be working Sunday nights. So I'm not sure. I think her worship music might be Friday nights, but I'm not positive.
Beautiful
on that one.
singer too. I'm telling you guys.
So she's changing time, so she doesn't have a definite time. But check out each other because you're all wonderful, and we can't thank you enough for
Thank you
coming to
guys.
visit us.
And if we have forgotten anybody, it's not because you're not important.
Exactly.
It's because we're old and crazy.
Because we're old and crazy.
We don't even know what we have for breakfast this morning.
And I hope I didn't forget anybody.
Thank you all, and we'll see you all next Sunday, and we'll be putting up a video on Wednesday. So
you guys all have a wonderful
Thank
week.
you.
We thank you for
Love
coming
you
to
all.
visit us, and take good care. Bye, Sam. Got the glove on still. Bye, everyone. Oh, Lori and Lori and Tom. We
Bye,
forgot
Lori.
them. Lori and Tom are on Saturday mornings around 9-ish.
And every Wednesday.
And every Wednesday. That's when their videos go up.
Tom and Lori, RV Life.
Yeah. So, anyways, yep. Don't want to forget Tom and Lori. So
Okay,
I think
guys.
I've remembered everybody now. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Take good care. Thanks so much for visiting us. Love you all.